happy Homebrew Wednesday. So for this week, I haven't posted a Homebrew Wednesday in a few weeks. So, I just want to remind you guys that, in the beginning when I first started the Homebrew Wednesdays, I said I don't really post one when I actually have material to post. I'm not going to just post every week just to put a video up. I mean, I know that some people do that, but I just feel that to give you the best picture of what I'm up to, I'd rather wait till I actually have a bunch of things to tell you and then post it as a Homebrew Wednesday. So, this week's Homebrew Wednesday, I have a bunch of stuff going on. I have some brew day footage, so depending on how I edit it together, maybe I'll include snippets of it in this video, and then a more in-depth video as a separate video about my breakfast stout, because I tried a bunch of new things and I want to make sure the video is as informative as possible. So yeah, but before my hiatus, there were two beers that you probably know of, and that's my English barley wine and my dark saison. So my English barley wine, as of the 2-week mark, when I opened it at the Bitter Nesters December bottle swap, it was just starting to carbonate, and so I'm not going to open the bottle now, but it is tasting great, and I know there was a little hiss in the bottle, so it is actually carbonating. So, but it's tasting awesome, and I'm really looking forward to entering it in the Homebrew Alley competition. It was a big New York City homebrewing competition in February, so I have plenty of time to let it carbon age a little bit. But this dark saison is fully carbed, as you can hear the hiss. It came out at 7.75% ABV, fermented down to about 1.005 or 004, I believe, from 1064. So I'm just gonna give a quick review and then talk a little bit about some more updates. So it doesn't pour like extremely carved, and I did that purposely because I wanted to have a little more body to it than a typical saison. In terms of when you drink it, it's not as spritzy. It's a little more full-bodied and more wintry. So as you can see, it's a pitch black beer. Not really cloudy or murky looking, but just really dark from the candy sugar, the candy syrup, and the midnight wheat. And it's capped with a nice off-white, almost khaki head. So for the aroma, they're very big on the dark fruits, some of that date and cherry that you get from the dark cherry that you get from the candy sugar. There's a little bit of like a dark wheat aroma, but it's mainly just a little bit of spice and a lot of dark fruit. So let's go in for the taste. Cheers. Right. So on the sip, it tastes a lot like a Belgian Strong Dark Ale. Overall, I might need a touch more time to carbonate. It has the dark fruits, as I said, a little bit of the wheat, a little bit of saison character. Some people at the swap were saying that it does have a little bit of funk or a little bit of a roasty, smoky flavor that you might get from the yeast. But for me, it's more about the candy sugar than it is about the whole saison character. But it is poking through. So, but over time, it should get even, more. The flavors will develop at the ABV that it is at, 7.75. It could age for a while. So it should be a pretty tasty beer, and only get better over time. I haven't gotten I've only gotten one entry for my Relax Don't Worry I Have a Homebrew contest, where you email me at craftbrewadvocate@gmail.com. I can relax, don't worry, have a homebrew story. I'll link to the post with all the details in the description of this video. But I've only gotten one entry. I mean, I don't need the extra copies of Charlie Papazian's books, I should say, because I already have my own autographed copies. So I'm doing this for you guys because I want you guys to have the books as a resource for yourself and have them be autographed by the authors. And another last reason why I haven't been posting Homebrew Wednesdays as much is because I haven't been brewing as much. After I brewed this beer, I didn't brew for quite a few weeks because I'm trying to allocate money towards other personal things nowadays. But as the holidays come up, I should be getting some gift money, and which will mean that I'll have money to do a few more keezer upgrades, like putting actual tap handles on the front, and maybe insulating the collar and adding a fan and stuff like that. So I'll have more content for Homebrew Wednesdays. And as I brew, I'm trying to split the cost with some friends so that I can brew with more friends instead of just doing it myself most of the time, and maybe getting a little bit of help here and there. So that's so hopefully I'll be brewing more, but overall I'm just trying to diversify my content. So and that content comes both in text form and video form. So one thing I started doing on my blog, I just posted the first article today, Monday, is about the Milk the Funk Facebook group. I joined it, after hearing about it from Dan ABA, and then I said, this is a great group, let me publicize it and start a series publicizing great, Facebook groups and beer blogs, homebrewing and craft beer, and stuff like that. So I'll link to that article below. And I just, because this YouTube channel is an extension of my blog, I don't want you guys to miss out on some of the content that is not in video form and posted on my YouTube channel. So I'll link to some other posts, in the description to this video, just so you can get a little picture of what else I've been up to beyond Homebrew Wednesday videos and homebrewing videos. So cheers, happy Homebrew Wednesday, enjoy some of the footage from my brew day, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers. Alright, brew tubers, so while I'm brewing my breakfast stout, I'm going to open a beer that I've had for quite a while from the Too Far Gone Brewery, otherwise known as Clement's Homebrew. This is their Spicy Mayan Chocolate Stout, which was bottled on 11/5/13, and on the sticker on the cap it says RY for re-yeasted, because originally it wasn't carbonating, so they added a little bit of yeast and maybe a little sugar in there. It's a pretty high bottle fill, so we'll see if there's any hiss to it. I know I've seen reviews on other Homebrew Wednesdays and there was no carbonation still after the re-yeasting, so a little hiss there, actually, with a little bit of smoke. It smells pretty peppery. Shake the water out of my glass. I'm going to be splitting this with my brother John, so I'm only going to pour a little bit for now. But as you can see, it's definitely carbonated. Definitely poured a little bit of a head. Definitely carbonated. Not a ton of carbonation, but definitely a decent amount for the fact that they re-yeasted it. So it's going for the aroma. Of course, it's a nice black color with a little bit of a khaki head on it. Definitely a big, pepper skin aroma. Then the chocolate comes in, like a milk chocolate and a dark chocolate. A little bit of oxidizations there, so it's more of a milk chocolate. Yeah, a touch of vanilla. So let's go in for the taste. Cheers to Kevin and Christian. Oh wow, it's really good. It reminds me a little bit of a lighter bodied Hunafus from Cigar City. It has that hit of like a Mounds bar with that coconut chocolate in the finish. A little bit of spice hits you right away, but then there's that coconut chocolate thing that you get in Hunafu, which is amazing. On the palate, there's not that much carbonation, but it's a big beer, 11.6%, I believe. Yeah, and 56 IBUs. So it's not going to feel, you don't need that much carbonation, but it has just enough, I think, to really guide the flavor of the palate. Really, really good job. I could definitely, if I were to brew one of these beers, it would definitely, I want it to taste like this. So again, cheers to Clement's Homebrew, Christian and Kevin, and look forward to trying some more of your beers in the future. Cheers. As you can see, it's pretty much at the 15 bricks mark. It's about 1060. I cleaned it off, took a new sample, and you'll see that it's more like 1074, 1075.
No restrictions.